The Yoruba language is a very, very allow you to express yourself. And like in English, there's certain words that you say, but in Yoruba, I'm not saying that it's more aggressive, but it expands the meaning a little bit more. Like, I like you, you just say I like you. But in Yoruba language, mo fẹ́ràn ẹ dáadáa, it's like expresses and lays emphasis on a certain word. So I think that's what I like about Yoruba language.
I like just how it bonds people together. I mean, especially when you go and visit Nigeria and you see people in the market, people who don't even know each other. The moment they both know that they can speak Yoruba, there's like this magic that happens, and you pick me for arguing with each other, but no, they're just so happy. So it's just the way it bonds people together. That's what I love about it. I think Yoruba is poetic in a way, in the sense that, just as my mom said, like you can say one word, but when you translate it into Yoruba, there's something expressive about it. There's a whole different world that comes out of it, and which is exactly what poetry does. It takes normal English language and it gives it a whole different meaning, gives it a whole different dimension. And so in that sense, yes, Yoruba is poetic to a certain degree.
Yeah, and I think I want to agree with Theresa. Like translating what she wrote in English to Yoruba, it's like I said earlier, a line of what she said it took me about 2. So it's like with Yoruba, we express whatever it is in English a lot more. So if that has been poetic, yeah. There's one I always remember, and that's a song in Yoruba addressed to motherhood. Ìyá ni wúrà iyebíye. That's a mother can be likened to gold that we cannot buy in the market. So once your mother is celebrating 50, 60, or a landmark, you will see their daughters coming out to sing that song. Ìyá ni wúrà. So it's that song stuck. And also when a child is crying, there is also a song in Yoruba that we use to calm the child. I did that for her. Oh, mommy, so such songs, you remember a child is crying, there's a particular song we sing to celebrate your mom, to celebrate your dad. So yeah.
Yes, I think poetry is an expression of my culture, especially now where I'm living away from, home, in a sense, Nigeria, where my culture is based. And so poetry allows me to document my childhood. Poetry allows me to still document my culture, so that years from now, people can still, read my poems and still have a sense of what life was like, living in Nigeria, and just what, being a Nigerian was like, or being a Nigerian British. So for me, poetry is more than an expression. It's just a way of documenting history. And I think that's why I love it so much, because in a poem, I'm allowed to be every version of myself. And yeah.
Culture, to me, is what identifies you to your roots. And personally, that's what I'll call culture. Culture is what sets you apart, or what sets a group of people apart. What they believe in, what they... basically, culture is what sets you apart and what you identify with.
Yeah. Culture is what brings a group of people together. So for us in our culture, there's certain things that we believe in. There's certain things that we do at weddings, at parties, a certain way we dress. And for us, that's a bonding tool. So culture is what brings people.
The first time she came to me, like, Mom, you're going to be translating from English Yoruba. I said, no way. First, Yoruba, it's not my own first language, really. I was saying, I don't think I'll be able to do it. But when she had finished the script and she gave me, and I looked, I said, okay, maybe, possible. Then I started. Then she told me, you should try and learn it off by heart. I said, I don't think I'll be able to do that. So my first reaction to each step was, no. But I found out that it was actually easier than I thought. And also being able to know the meaning, like I said earlier, sometimes Yoruba brings out more in detail what she had written in English. So it was like laying emphasis on what she had said in English. So it was, looking back, I think it was interesting.
Yes, yes. What I found interesting was the different aura that Yoruba brought to it, because when I first wrote the poem, it was very somber and almost sad. And when I heard her, recite it, there was a whole new life to it. It was almost joyful in a way, and it was nice to hear that. And it was just, it felt like the poem had been taken into another world. And yeah, it was, I loved it, loved it.
Wáìnì, ohun tó ń mú mi dúró sókè pẹ́ lálẹ́ níbẹ̀rù. Èmi sì dàbí omi, èmi sì wà lásán bí omi tí wọ́n fi dá mi. Ìyá mi ní kí n gbé ẹ̀jẹ̀ mi bí omi tó ń tàn sí wáìnì. Èmi sì ó yọ̀ nínú ìyanu bí àwọn obìnrin tó ń bẹ nídìílé mi. Mo sì rò wípé mo ní agbára láti gbé jù lọ àwọn obìnrin tó ń bẹ níwájú mi. Ṣùgbọ́n ara mi sì fẹ́lẹ́ bí garawa. Mo fẹ́rẹ̀ẹ́ jáde nínú ara mi nígbà kan. Nígbà míì, ara mi fẹ́rẹ̀ẹ́ sún mi nítorí nǹkan búburú tí mò ń rò. Ṣùgbọ́n Ọlọ́run ìyanu sì dá mi dúró. Mo sì rí ojú ìyá mi sọ̀kalẹ̀ nígbà tó dé láti ibiṣẹ́ láti òwúrọ̀. Ó sì mú gíláàsì wáìnì láàrin ìka rẹ̀. Nígbà náà ni mo mọ̀ wípé kò sí ìyanu tó dédé ṣẹlẹ̀ lójijì.
Wine. What keeps me up at night is the fear that I am as bland as the water I am made up of. My mother urges me to carry my blood like it is water turned into wine, and I am drunk on miracles the way the women in my family are. I want to call myself strong enough to carry on the legacy of the women before me, but my skin is a flimsy bucket. I almost trickled out of myself once. Sometimes the body stops believing in itself, peels off its own skin with venomous thoughts. A dark miracle God begs you to stop performing. I once saw my mother's face slack after a long day at work, a glass of wine laced between her fingers. This was when I learned no miracle comes easy.